Hey, so these are my favorite tools for self-massage. This is some kind of hammer, special hammer which has this circular knob on the end. Which is really ideal for self-torture. And this is just the barbell, this here. And how you use this massage hammer is that you take some kind of fabric and if I want to massage my arm here, you can do it by just finding the spot and then pushing it and doing this movement. Little movement, so that you are not really like dragging it on your skin because you don't have any lubricants here. It will be kind of painful if you drag it on your skin. But you find the spot and then you just wiggle it around so that it doesn't move over your skin. But if you want to move it over your skin, you don't use lubricants, you just put some fabric on it, which makes it possible to move it around. And then you just massage your arm through this fabric. And this is really ideal for any kind of spot where you can reach yourself. Example, shoulder or whatever. If you have something here, you can just dig this there. Whatever you have. And don't use lubricants because then it will become hard to grip it. Since your hand the lubricants will get to your hand and then this will become all slippery. And so just use some fabric which it slides over easily. So this is my favorite massage tool. This hammer which has this circular end of it. And then you can also use the barbell as a massage tool. Like I have already attached the other end of the barbell so that it doesn't move when I do this kind of movement. But they're like typically massaging, it's kind of exhausting for the arm which is massaging. Like if you just with your hand do this, you cannot do it very long before this arm gets like tired. So that's why it's good to have tools like this, where you can eliminate the fingers and everything from it, and you just do this. With this you are still pushing it with this arm. So it's still kind of work. But with this, you even take the pushing out of it. Now the gravity is doing the pushing. So you just roll things around. I have here really tender spot. So like this is not painful, it's just painful for me since I have a tender spot there. But the example, if I do it like here, I don't have any pain here. So it's not that bad here. And obviously if you have a spot here, you just get creative and do something like this. And then you can do this portion of your arm. And now you can, and this doesn't take any effort, this form of, this setup, you know. I'm just pushing this back and forth, and I experience the weight of this. Like, I could do this hours. And as you can see from the redness of my skin, it's doing something. But since I don't have really pain here, this ain't so painful. My pain is here on this muscle. So let's torture that a bit. And of course, if this is too much here, you can always use a lighter bar or move here. Like further away from the center you move, lighter it is. Like if it's real tender and you cannot put the whole weight of that spot, you can come here and do lighter. Very good. And I can do this like hours, since doing this isn't work at all. You could have half an hour sessions in your day of this if you have a real tender spot somewhere. So yes, good ways to massage yourself, which don't cost anything. You know, this hammer and bar, this kind of setup, where the other side of the bar is tied down, so that the other end is moving without the other end moving, which makes it easier to control. Like you are just controlling this end. And then the hammer, you can go everywhere and give yourself a little torture. You can also put the long sleeve shirt on, so it will not move around too much and cover every spot, the sleeves. And obviously you don't, if you have like an inflammation somewhere or some kind of that kind of issue, you ideally would not want to do heavy sets with it, meaning that like static work and like negative, like more than you 1 rep max, you know. And even to the seating movements where you are cheating the movement, those are kind of like also over the 1 rep max easily, because you are with the cheating you are lifting more than you are capable of lifting like without cheating. So those movements also easily cause inflammation in the muscle. So if you are developing inflammation, it would be a good idea to lay off those kind of movements and focus only on the pure form, like where you are doing it the movement like controlled and not something like where you are using your momentum to use the static strength to get it up. Those are kind of the movements which usually will cause inflammation to develop. Also, overuse of the muscle does that. So, rest and these kind of movements are good. And laying off of the heavy cheating movements. Or like if you are arm wrestling and everybody is always banging your arm open, that's really that's like way over your one rep max. So it will cause inflammation in the long run if you will be doing that too much. So it's good to take sometimes take it easy, and this kind of movements or this kind of massage also helps. But if you just continue doing the movements and stuff which will cause the inflammation, this will not it will not prevent it. This is just good therapy for healing it, but of course you have to stop doing the things which cause it. All right. So, couple of tips on self-massage here. All right.